Yeah, Gots is always super pissed off. And I would be too, right? I'd be like, damn it, we were so close to solving this, and then you bitches came.
Were they, though? Were they?
No, probably not. I mean, they did not believe Jennifer's baby man story, so...
So... Gus kind of comes across as a bit of an asshole.
Well, you know, he's worried and frustrated, and he's just taking it out on the people closest to him.
This'll go in my fan fiction.
Oh, jeez.
You only yell at the ones that you truly, truly love. That's how relationships work.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, Helen will stick it out because she loves him, and that's what you do with people you love, and it's totally healthy.
Yeah, take a look, Jennifer. This is how real relationships go. Alright.
I kind of love Helen's sarcasm. I do.
That was sarcasm?
That was sarcasm. That was her being like, well, we have to do something because the police won't help us. Jeez.
Alright.
Yeah, and I kind of like that because, I mean, it's at least showing a little bit more get up and go than Jennifer, who just, like, she lets things happen to her, I feel like.
Yeah.
Instead of Helen, who actually actively is trying to, like, fix things.
So, interesting kind of bit of dialogue from Helen there is she talks about how she doesn't feel that Scissor Man looked human. So I guess maybe that's kind of a reference to it being a disguise.
A really good mask.
That, or, again, it's...
This is a beautiful hotel.
Oh.
No, it is. I mean, this is a nice shot in some ways. I mean... Until you put the characters in.
I do appreciate it that they try and do some different camera angles. If we notice the camera angle where Helen saw Gots was different than the camera angle that
Jennifer.
Jennifer saw.
And that is nice. I mean, it does kind of feel like effort put in a weird place, though. Mm-hmm. That maybe could have been put somewhere else. I don't know. I just don't know. But, yeah, so apparently Edward's hanging out at the library.
Apparently unsupervised, which kind of seems weird.
Well, I mean, he's 12.
But he's also was involved with a very traumatic experience.
I think we've learned from watching Jennifer's that Kay does not really make great choices.
You think, why is she there then if she's not going to be his guardian and watch out?
Did we talk previously about how apparently Kay does what Edward wants because she's kind of a repressed pedophile? We mentioned it at
the end of Jennifer's scenario. That's apparently what the directors kind of mentioned regarding their relationship.
So maybe it's the same. Maybe he's just like, let me go to the library, and she just lets him because...
This game is just all about weird relationships.
It is. Maybe that was their point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never mentioned in the game, but part of the reason that Helen and Barton are so salty with each other is they actually
they had an affair.
Yeah.
I guess by affair, dating for
it's not really elaborated on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so we're kind of talking about the idol again. So, again, here is where kind of the payoff for that decision in the prologue kind of comes into. As Helen, we could have also sent the idol to Rick's house, in which case Gots would be the one going after it. Helen uniquely is able to you're able to play as Helen in all three of her scenarios,
which is really strange to me, because Helen isn't. Like, to me, it would have made more sense if you could have played as Jennifer in all three scenarios, but, I mean, in Jennifer's scenario, if you want to go look at the library, you just send Helen, and it's the exact same scenario that's used. Oh,
really?
Really, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Nothing's changed.
Huh.
So...
It's a little odd.
It feels a little lazy.
Yeah.
Kind of unfortunate, but, let me go chat with Gots now. Maybe? There we go. I hate how you have to talk to people's crotches. It feels a little strange.
That's where the hitbox is?
Yeah, always.
Gotts looks like he could just, like, pick up Helen and just, like, eat her. He's so big in comparison to her.
It's true. She looks like a tiny, tiny little lady there.
Yeah, and I know it's partially just because of perspective, but he just, like, it's like a little girl talking to daddy.
Oh, God. Now all the relationships in this game are messed. Why do you do this to me?
So, I don't know, what do you think of Helen as a character?
It's weird. When I was playing Jennifer's scenario, I didn't really have an opinion of her, but playing through Helen's scenario, she's actually kind of a kick-ass lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she at least has a take-charge attitude, and she is just like, Scissor Man's coming after us. Let's just stop this.
She doesn't seem to be very intimidated by what's going on. Like, Jennifer kind of seemed to just sort of deal with it with kind of almost a bit of just, you know, this
she was
is
terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that makes sense. She saw her friends die.
Yeah.
And Helen has a strong background in psychology and kind of a really tragic backstory. Apparently she was abused by her father. Mm-hmm. Again, supplemental material that wasn't in the game. So maybe she has kind of a survivor's mentality. And it does kind of work interestingly that Helen has been through trauma and come out stronger because Jennifer is currently going through her trauma and aftermath. Mm-hmm. So maybe their relationship becomes all the more poetic.
Maybe it's exactly because of what Helen has gone through that she wants to be strong for Jennifer, and maybe that's why they've bonded so quickly, as was mentioned in Beth in an earlier scenario.
Where they were starting to look like sisters.
Yeah. Just Helen knows
what Jennifer has sort of gone through.
Yeah. So this is we're gonna get to see we briefly talked to the librarian guy, Mr. Sullivan, during Jennifer's scenario.
Or as you called him, Dr. Eggman.
No, Dr. Robotnik.
Robotnik.
But and yeah, here's Edward.
Yep. Just hanging out.
That is a loud ass clock.
Well, it's Clock Tower.
This is a terrible library. I think I'd go a little stir crazy.
Oh no, it's an awful library.
Okay, good. I for a minute I wasn't sure if there's going to be any more rooms to this library.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, there's only like 2 reading rooms in this library, so I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a terrible library.
It's not what I
have to admit a bit of a disconnect between, because Edward looks pretty tall, right? Like, he looks like he's like 12 or 13. But when he speaks, if you remember in Jennifer's scenario, he sounds like he's like 5.
Very, very young sounding.
So, I don't know. Maybe they should have just chosen a more appropriate voice actor. Yeah. I mean, even if he's 10, his voice would still be a little deeper. Not much deeper, mind you, but not like that little kitteny. Alright, so you have to get a key to the reading room, because that's how libraries roll. You can only, you can't access materials.
Well, I guess this is, like, I don't know, because maybe Helen is from the university that she gets special access? Like, is it supposed to be a reading room where there's, like, very special old books in?
Oh, that might be possible. I don't know. To me, it just seems like they're, like, blocking off a good chunk of the library. Mm-hmm. Is this common practice? I know that the libraries around here, you can just pretty much go anywhere.
Well, a university library tends to have some restricted areas, though the ones I've seen, they usually just won't allow you to actually take out the books. You can only view them at the library itself. I'm sure, though, depending on, you know, what the books are, there are probably some rooms where you need to have special access and you have to handle the books with gloves, etc. Okay. So maybe this is what that room is meant to be.
Possibly. So spooky music is playing.
And this is actually kind of interesting here. This is, you know, Helen mentions maybe she'll find something on Scissor Man. So, you know, I have to admit, just by having this, I'm kind of liking Helen's scenarios a little bit more than Jennifer's.
It's weird, because it feels like this Jennifer's scenario is more on point from a character perspective, but Helen gets shit done.
Yeah.
Like, she's actually trying a lot harder than...
Yeah, actively trying to investigate.
And-
Whereas Jennifer is more reacting to stuff that's happening to her.
And maybe I'm being unfair to Jennifer. She's a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah.
She's 15. Helen is like 25. She's gonna have much more assurance and try to have more agency over her life than you would probably at 15.
Well, and I feel too, it almost makes me wonder if they should have really just merged Jennifer and Helen's scenarios together.
To give it, it definitely would have helped the narrative.
Yeah.
And put forth more of this contrast, because separately they don't.
The clock hasn't been working.
I'll get that hedgehog. Stick. Oh God, I can see.
Oh man.
Oh, my giant egg. Oh shit. That was pretty great.
It was me.
That was. I didn't expect that to work.
Everything's coming up, Scissor Man.
Oh God.
Oh jeez.
Helen's scenarios are great. I've enjoyed this game so much more.
His head popped off like a freaking grape. Is that how necks work?
Is that how clocks work? They just have this perfect head-shaped hole for you to like stick your face through?
Well, yeah, that's the murder hole.
Oh, shit! Helen, you're kind of missing out on something important in this room.
Well, she can't help her right now. There's a scissor man after her, and we have to hide.
Oh God! Gingerly put it down.
Oh wait, I think I have to. Yeah, I have to click on the middle of the desk.
Oh my God!
I feel like maybe Scissor Man's just super lazy. He just comes in the room and he's like, "Oh, I don't see her within the immediate vicinity."
They really went kind of for more cinematic angles in Helen's scenario.
Well, the thing is the computer part that you thought was nice and cinematic. Also, you can trigger that in Jennifer's scenario.
Oh,
yeah,
you can. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a random occurrence, which is kind of fun about the game because you never you don't know if you pop in a room if.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna get, like, Scissor Man hiding behind a board, or that kind of thing. So let's go check out that lady.
My God. I'm still, like, thinking about that stupid clock tower thing.
I know.
That was great.
It was a beautiful... Oh my God. It's those sort of scenes that really make me enjoy this game because they just sometimes go so over the top.
Oh God!
Like, how was he hiding between those bookshelves?
Waiting.
There was like an inch of space.
Well, and she was just like kind of like shoved into the shelf, but face
seriously,
first.
When we walk past the other bookshelves, take a look. There's literally like an inch of space in there. There's no way he could have been behind that bookshelf.
Well, just how was she just suspended by her face alone on the shelf?
Supernatural powers?
I guess.
I think that's also how he got in between the bookshelf. Cause seriously, there ain't no way unless he was a sheet of paper.
Is there any chance of Scissor Man finding you when you're using a hiding spot? Because we've used the same one twice now.
Yeah, there is. I think in the library though, because there's very limited hiding spots, they kind of give you a free pass.
Yeah. On
this one. But no, often when you go into like the bathroom, say in the first scenario, he'll sometimes just try to break down the door or...
and you have to mash the panic button, presumably?
I can't actually remember. I think that if he tries to knock down the door, you pretty much just get stabbed. So, see? Look at those. Look at those bookshelves. You can't fit between those.
Yeah, was he... Oh my God, how does this...
I know. There's absolutely no way that could have happened. So apparently he has magical powers to make himself flat as a freaking pancake.
Well, I do have to point out that it seems as though Edward isn't here.
Ooh.
Helen?
What? Oh, well, speak of the devil. Yeah, so again, Kay, maybe if you did your job right,
your little boy wouldn't be out stabbing people.
Yeah.
I guess she gets what's coming to her.
Helen?
Sorry, Kay.
I'm kind of in the moment here. I am getting kind of more into the game with Helen's scenarios, I have to say.
Good job, Helen.
Yeah.
Edward.
Who is that?
Where's his body?
Oh no, Spooky Chain!
Oh no! I guess it's oh!
It was me again! I can't believe this keeps working!
This came off as really terribly awkward, but I have to admit that's kind of a cool little moment in the idea of it, not so much the execution.
But no, I love that he keeps hiding behind the gears and we never figure it out. We're never like, oh, clearly Scissor Man's behind those gears.
Again, from Jennifer's scenario, we know that the true Scissor Man is Edward, aka Dan, from the first game. I have to say, I really like that moment because we have some actual foreshadowing of that plot twist. We see Edward calling Helen into the room, only to find a trap laid by Scissor Man. So I guess that suggests that at least maybe in this scenario, we are dealing with the real Scissor Man here. This is probably Edward dressed up in the Scissor Man outfit.
But it makes so little sense. Why would he menace Helen? Is it because she's a good thing in Jennifer's life and he wants to punish her that badly?
Possibly. Maybe he's trying to just not so much punish Jennifer, but just try and get rid of the people in Jennifer's lives that will prevent him from getting to her.
Oh, it's possible, but I mean, Nolan. Well, I guess Nolan does get menaced. I take that back.
Yeah.
There we go. It still feels weird, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Man, Helen's scenario just makes everything better.
We kind of talked about this off camera, but I mentioned to Genghis that I was looking forward to watching Helen's scenarios just because, in a lot of the previous LPs I have seen of the game, everyone tends to stick to Jennifer. Again, she is the recognizable character, from the Clock Tower series. But I do have to say, I am really, again, enjoying Helen's scenarios. And it's...
She gets shit done.
She has a lot of little fun moments, and, yeah, I don't know, it's just a lot more interesting to me than Jennifer's scenarios.
So this is kind of interesting. Multiple personalities, and who sent the envelopes?
Professor Barton.
So, I mean, what's the implication here? Does he think that one of his patients has multiple personalities?
Is this related to the Scissor Man murders? Or to something else?
Yeah. So now we're gonna go get the idol. We've got the key. We're pausing for dramatic effect.
Why did she back away from the door?
Well, you can't do both things at once. Look, our little friend over in the corner.
I can't see anything. It's too dark.
I think it's because I know where to go, but this is super funny for me right now, and I think...
Oh my god, I see.
I know! Isn't it great? And Helen's just like, oh, this seems fine. He's in the aquarium!
Oh my god,
He's not even getting out of it, he's just standing there. Oh my god, Scissor Man, you're a tool! He's just like, wait, Helen, I'm stuck in the aquarium.
He didn't even chase us.
Can you help me out? I can't get out of the aquarium.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What? Oh, there, he just came out now.
He's just like, fuck, the aquarium took forever to get out of.
If you stay in the room, does he come out at all? Oh my god.
I believe Helen just runs out automatically.
Okay.
So.
Without moving.
Yeah. Who could have foreseen she would have hit me with a stepladder?
Oh no, this aluminum stepladder.
Although if I got hit with a stepladder, I would probably be out for a little while.
No, you wouldn't. You would go, ow, what the? And then you would stab her with your giant scissors.
that I carry around.
I really...
I'm so fun at work.
I really wish that there was... I know it's not possible, but if there was a little trail of water droplets leading
that would
from...
be adorable.
Oh my god, that was great.
This is why I love this game, just because of little silly moments.
I have to admit, I was like looking in the corners of the room. I was like, what does she mean our friend is here? What is she talking about?
I saw him automatically because I know that you have to go turn on the aquarium. So that was super funny for me.
That was great. And like he was legit in the aquarium. It's backed up against the wall. There is no space for him to be behind it.
There's aquarium sounds. So I guess the implication here is that buoyancy does not affect Scissorman.
No.
He can stand on the ground and he can breathe underwater. And stand perfectly still.
Oh my god, that was great.
Oh man, best manifestation of powers ever. Oh, holy crap. Alright, I'm just gonna pop up here because there's a hint up here.
Oh.
That,
Hint, Scissorman is part fish.
Oh my goodness. I would laugh so hard if he was behind the freaking gears again.
Oh my god. That spooky chain's just gonna snap at us again.
Where's the hot spot? Is
There.
that the hot spot? Okay. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Dr. Eggman.
Yeah,
I mean,
there we go.
Robotnik.
There's
Robotnik.
our hint. Yeah, we, poor Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah. He's eating chili dogs in heaven now.
Aw. Wait, Sonic 8. No, whatever.
Well, he's...
It stands. We're just gonna go with
He probably also wouldn't go to heaven, okay, if we're being completely
Is
honest.
this series accurate?
I don't think this joke, meshes with the Sonic canon that I know of. Unsubscribe.
Oh no.
I do find it, so we're just kind of assuming that maybe Edward is out of the building now, I guess. Helen kind of hasn't really mentioned him again. And, I mean, we know who Edward is, so for us, like, it makes sense to not be super concerned. Of course, I say that and maybe we'll find Edward in this exact room.
How do you keep doing this? You have a sixth sense when it comes to this little boy.
Apparently.
You'd still be here.
Are you okay?
Oh, no!
It's dangerous here. Come with me.
Okay, I will.
Alright.
So,
Edward?
it's interesting to me now,
What?
because you're hiding Edward, is Scissorman gonna show up anymore? Or is that,
Good boy. And don't worry.
Listen, you weren't safe hiding underneath that desk in that other room, so let's go to this room and you hide underneath this desk that
it's safer, clearly.
you're clearly not under there anymore.
Well, I mean, if he comes in here, she'll just smack him with a stepladder again.
So, I guess,
Oh, we're gonna shove him through the vent.
Edward, I lied, you're getting through this vent. But so, I guess if we are, again, trying to figure out who is the real Scissorman, who is the yet unknown person, possibly Harris, disguised as Scissorman, I guess if Edward was dressed as Scissorman at some point, he's obviously switched back out of the costume, so if we do run into Scissorman again, it may be,
Fake Scissorman.
Yeah, the faker.
I would like it, though, if he just stopped showing up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would fit really well, although I don't understand why Edward would reveal himself to Helen at this point if it was him chasing her around.
What the? What?
The police arrived.
Oh, okay, that's from outside, presumably.
I don't know who called the police.
Okay, I was really...
The library alarm.
I guess it's... Oh yeah, maybe it's the library alarm, or it's... Why is the room flashing?
Someone tried to take a book without checking it out through the computer.
No, this is overdue. Why is it only going off now? Who set it off?
Well, the door's locked and the police can't get in.
Presumably they're just kind of seeing Helen scurrying about.
And they're like, oh, we'll get you. And she's like, whatever, I'm gonna get myself out. Or at least she's gonna get Edward out. She mentioned there that she doesn't really, like, as long as Edward survives, she'll feel like she did okay.
Well, that's kind of noble.
It is. I like Helen.
That's a good way to think of it, too, you know, is you don't, because, I mean, some people would get survivor's guilt if they are the only survivor or feel like they didn't do enough to help another person.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm sure that Jennifer's going through.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Helen didn't have a dime on her, so we had to go searching for a screwdriver to open the vent to shove Edward through.
I don't know if there's anything more in this room.
Oh god, another fax from...
budgetary problems.
I would love if another fax came through from Scissorman.
This table is really uncomfortable.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to send that. Ignore. Do you know what would be great if Helen and Jennifer's scenarios were staggered? If after this scenario with Scissorman being in the aquarium, if we played Jennifer's first scenario and there was the pair of wet underwear in the locker.
Ah, that would be hilarious.
That's why. That's where it came from.
Oh my god. You know what would be actually super funny? Speaking of the fax machine, I'd like to see this in modern day, and maybe Scissorman's just sending you texts.
No!
Using chat speak.
The number's from 666.
Your bill is overdue.
Oh. You've won a free cruise.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god, but I mean...
What if this vent doesn't lead outside? What if it just leads
to a giant fan that's just spinning?
You get stuck.
It leads out to another spot on the clock face, and the hands just go...
Oh, do you see what I mean? He sounds like
yeah,
a 4-year-old girl.
Sounds really young here.
Yeah.
But I do have to point out, we have not run into Scissorman.
Oh man, so articulate.
Oh god.
I guess we're just gonna hang out in the library.
Yeah. Just alright. Well. Oh, they're...
Oh, God's to the rescue.
God's my hero.
Hey, Teach,
that,
what's
I
going
mean,
on?
he got through that
Gee,
window awful
hang
fast,
on
though.
there.
You literally just heard, and then he runs through the door.
Did we pass out?
I don't know. We're traumatized.
I guess. Well, Helen blacks out.
Cool. That's great. All right, up next, Helen's scenario 3.
Yeah, we learn. We will learn who is the fake Scissorman in Helen's scenario. So stay tuned
For the next thrilling part.
Whee!
Yeah.
All right.